Okay. Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 327. I hope. I'm one of your hosts, Jim. Yes, I am always on vacation, gassed. Joined by Corey Feinsod.
Hey.
Mike Sneedy, who always is working.
Right now.
Yeah. And Tony Korkanakis.
Oi.
Who always says, ready? I really? Into the camera like this.
This is the Always podcast?
Yeah.
I haven't done that and I didn't do it last week.
Come on. You had to have with Microsoft last week? I'm sure you did.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't record last week, so.
I'm sure you did, though. Like, so,
All I know is, there was no video last week, listeners and viewers. In fact, I haven't even listened to all of our episodes from last week, so I apologize. So I don't know what you guys covered on the movie side of things last week. Hope it went well. I'm sure it did. I was on a cruise, so I don't have much to talk about when we get into what we've been up to. Actually, I did see a couple movies.
I think I made a joke about how you and your Giants receivers were on a boat.
Yeah, that was a failure. Oh. Anyways, so let's get to the movie cast. Let's kick it off with bet stuff, because I'm back and I want to talk about how I'm going to be right. Vincent D'Onofrio. Wait, is that D'Onofrio?
Close enough.
All I know is D'Onofrio is how I say it for. I have people at where I work that are called. That's their last name, and that's how they pronounce it. So, anyways,
Sounds good to me.
Has given his opinions and thoughts about the Kingpin appearing in the Marvel Universe movies, and obviously it does not look good still, as we've talked about millions of times.
It's more than his thoughts and opinions. He pretty much has heard that it's not happening.
Yeah. So we've gotten a lot of wishy-washy answers, and in fact, I've heard some rumors about Defenders trying to tie a little more in to the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they're such a big team, but it doesn't sound like that's the case with this.
What do you say?
I basically said that there's so many characters in the Marvel Universe and the Cinematic Universe, the TV Universe. He's like, there's not enough room for them to exist in both.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's essentially,
that's under my
paraphrasing.
throat.
That's not word for word, that's paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he has said.
Like
He says it's pretty much said that it's not going to happen to him, at least not for a very long time. Kevin Feige, whatever his name is, explained that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What's his name? Just has to die.
Paul Mutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just needs to die.
Yeah.
What does he have to do with it?
He's the one that's
blocking
cock-blocking
it all.
everything.
How?
He's the one that says you can't have the Marvel TV stuff in the cinematic universe for the most
Sounds
part.
like it's your friend Feige to me. That guy doesn't have any power anymore.
Well, no, Paul Mutter is the main guy. He's the head CEO.
He's the head of the
Marvel.
television division.
He's like all of Marvel, I thought.
No, well, not anymore. So Kevin Feige bitched so much to whoever their boss was that Kevin
He went
Feige
above
is
his
now...
head, right.
He went over his
His-
head. Now Kevin Feige is head of the movie division, and Perlmutter is the head of the television division. And because of all that shit, they're like not playing nice.
Paul Mutter is the guy. Like Paul Mutter is a douche.
He is a
Like I
douche.
said before, he is the guy that took Black Widow out of her own action figure and put Iron Man in because
Yep.
he didn't think a woman the action figure would sell well.
Yeah.
That really has nothing to do with this.
I'm just saying that's the kind
his
of person-
decisions
We're
are
just explaining
clearly
he's a
questionable.
douchebag.
Yeah.
The point is,
His
though,
decisions are
like,
clearly
I'm
questionable.
sure he would love to have his movie people in the movies, but I mean his TV people in the movies, but I think it's
No,
the other way.
No, he wouldn't.
Why
he
wouldn't he?
speaks the
Explain.
reason. He is the
Why-
He's
reason.
why
fucking
wouldn't he?
bitter.
He's bitter.
He's the reason, though.
The
When it
TV
all
needs
comes
the
down-
movies more than the movies need the TV characters.
He doesn't see it that way. I mean, it's obvious to you and me, Mike, but it's not to him. Like, and he's
That's the problem. They're not like, yes, you're
There's,
right,
like, a
it is
good-
that way, but
It's
they're very
some-
good. I mean, they're doing a good job with the TV side, but
Oh, yeah, the Netflix side. Shield's a little more debatable, but everyone forgets it exists.
yeah. Well,
By the way, there's been some talk about the chances of it being picked up next year as well, so which means it might not happen.
it's getting picked up, Mike. It's getting picked up. There's no
There's
question.
an article in
When was-
Entertainment Weekly that said it's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah, it's getting picked up.
All right. We'll see. It's awfully early to talk about chances for something that's definitely getting picked up.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how the second half of the season goes, which I have not seen this episode yet. I should have today, but today was spent trading things in at GameStop and other stuff. So, which we'll maybe talk about in the Gamescast if we have time. So, by the way, if you're watching this on the viewer or you're listening, our Gamescast will be our of the year coming up. So if you only listen to like one Gamescast, you can tune in to hear what our best of the years are after this episode or before it, whatever you listen to. I don't know what order you listen to them in, but it's coming up today. So we have other news in I guess Netflix universe of Marvel because they can loosely say things about the cinematic universe, but can't actually say anything directly. Anyways, the Defenders series, which we've started to see a lot of promos for now, a lot of magazine releases, looks like will be arriving sometime in June. So, good news.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's sooner than expected.
It's coming up quick. I kind of yeah. I mean, Iron Fist is March, right?
Yeah,
I think it's early March.
There's not enough time in March for anything.
There's no time.
There's not enough time.
It's
I mean,
debatable.
if you don't buy a system there's no reason to buy, then you should be good.
We're going to get to that. Whoa. Everybody hold on.
There's a lot of stuff
Breaks.
coming out.
Breaks. This is the Moviecast.
I know, that's all.
What's our safe word again? What's our safe word?
A teaser for later.
Do we have a safe word? I thought we came up with one.
We did?
I thought we did.
Oh.
Anyways,
Pineapple.
Huh?
You sure you're not thinking of with your girlfriend?
No, we talked about this like
Is
a
it
year
coffee?
ago. No, coffee might be. We can make it coffee.
Coffee's
That'll
the
be our-
go word.
Coffee's
our
the
new
safe word.
safe.
Coffee, okay, coffee. Defenders also will be taking place a few months after Daredevil season 2 ends. So it's going to be the
not a
timeline very,
prequel.
very close. Yeah. Well, no, we knew that, but 2 months, like
I know.
a few months after.
So when does Iron
Iron
Fist take
Fist
place?
takes place.
It'll probably be a prequel.
I'm getting this news about Defenders. I'm not hearing much about Iron Fist yet, which
I
is
mean,
cool.
Iron Fist is in the Defenders, so
Yeah, and I mean, it's cool that we're getting this news for Defenders, and I'm actually happy we're not for Iron Fist because I'm looking forward to that quite a bit right now, and I'm like, kind of want to go into it blind. I didn't read the comics. I have them queued up on I have Marvel Unlimited, but I chose not to read those. I'm sticking with the Star Wars stuff right now. But I'm trying to just because it's so close. I have that rule where once it gets to a certain time, you can't read things before you watch them. So, yeah. So I think taking place a few months after. Wow, sorry, I'm still on vacation.
Rusty.
Yeah, rusty. I think it's a good idea. It's kind of giving us Daredevil 2.5, right?
Well, I mean, it makes sense. It's the most logical place. You wouldn't want to do it like the day after the end of season 2, because
Well, it could take place like anytime.
I know, but I mean, like you'd
After.
like it to be removed enough where like there could be some things that have changed a little bit, like some sense of time that has passed, but not so much that it's like, oh, we missed stuff. So I think 2 months is a pretty good setting for after season 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on to this next bit of news. Which
Punisher coming out this year too?
they haven't announced it, but we are assuming. So I'm guessing a November launch.
Because I mean, if Defenders is June, then yeah, I would imagine something.
By
in
the way,
fall.
following through with my 3-a-year statement, I said it. I did. All right.
You also said Daredevil season 3
season
was coming
3.
last.
I can't
by
get
the
them
end
all
of this
right.
month.
I can't be right all the time, or else nobody would look good next to me.
Oh,
Uh,
how generous of you.
I know. This I don't like. I want to talk about this next news with Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch, like, he has like no time for Sherlock ever, right? The Sherlock series. That's where I know him from, and it's a great series. But it's on season 4 after like 10 years because he's always so fucking busy. I'm happy that he still does it, but it's ridiculous. Like, they always have to delay production. And now we're getting this news that early scenes in Infinity War being shot, like a lot of them are going to be shot without him, and they're going to have a stand-in, his normal stand-in then, who like kind of replaces him on certain scenes and stuff on set for Doctor Strange.
Hire a stunt double, you know?
That's what it is. Well, that's what it's going to be, essentially. So he's going to do a stand-in for him, and then any sequences where you can see his face, they're going to reshoot when Cumberbatch is available. Doesn't that seem like tedious? Like
Everything about the film
you're
industry
under
is
contract for a movie and you're not available. Like, don't overbook
I think
yourself.
they probably knew this going into their time, when they signed him up.
Oh, I know.
And they also like it. The bigger the name in their movie, the more things he's in, the better.
It's so Mike, they don't hire big names.
They do now. They hired Scarlett Johansson, first of all, for their only female character, who's like the biggest actress at the time. Robert Downey Jr., despite what you guys think, was a pretty big name beforehand.
He wasn't, but go ahead.
Edward Norton.
He had like a 30-year career before that.
He was a kind of... Okay.
He was on the decline.
He wasn't an A-lister.
No, he was a known actor, Mike. I will give you that, but I'm not going to give you, like, world-renowned actor at that point. I didn't respect the guy worth a damn.
He had a few movies before that. His comeback started before that movie, including the first Sherlock Holmes movie.
Chris Evans, big actor?
Chris Evans, no, not really.
Okay. Chris Hemsworth, big actor?
No, not at all.
Yeah, okay. That's
Natalie
two.
Portman's big name.
Huh?
Yeah, they brought Natalie Portman. They've got Gwyneth
Anthony
Paltrow. All
Hopkins.
the female actresses are like the
They have
top of this
strategically
list.
grabbed big names in certain spots, but they don't go out and grab
all the
like,
female
these
leads that
superstars.
aren't around anymore.
Yeah, well, I know that's their own problem.
Because they're going to want to pay the men, not the women.
Tom
That's
Holland.
how things are going in this industry.
Tom Holland, do we know what he's been in? Mike,
No, because he's 4 years old.
Okay, I'm just saying they don't go out and grab. That's not their style.
They do,
that's
but
not
in
their
this
style.
case,
You did say
now
that's
they
what they
can.
do, but you did.
But there are just as many you can name that are big names. I would say I would agree with that.
I'm not saying that they don't shuffle it and mix it up. You need something to draw it in, but they don't go out and just grab a big name.
My point is, Benedict Cumberbatch is probably the hottest at the moment actor that they got as far as in the last 5 years for Doctor Strange. And the fact that he's doing more stuff and getting even hotter, keeping the momentum going, I don't think they're going to mind that. Or they knew going in and they knew that was part of the deal, and it's fine for them.
Okay. All right.
It's a character that needs a big name, I
mean, here's the thing for me. It's a double hit for me because of how frustrated I've been with the lack of Sherlock Holmes releasing. And then this. So
to be honest, I thought season 3 was kind of shitty.
Yeah, but that's also, like, there's such a gap in between when they shoot. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
No, I know. I'm just saying I didn't really care for it. I think it's a good show, but it's not really...
I really enjoyed that show, seasons 1 and 2. It's great. In fact, but
in any case,
go on. All right, so what do we have for DC? Because I like to put some DC news on. I have one thing on DC. Bruce Wayne exists on NBC. There it is. I can say it because he's by name stated, and this woman goes to work for his company in the show Powerless, which is coming to NBC, the comedy.
And it's like his cousin or something is a
Van
character
Wayne.
on it.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. I don't know why this exists. Also, now DC is...
You tell me how it is they can attach Bruce Wayne's name to something like this, but you can't.
Because if they never show him, then it's fine, I guess.
Because they know this is going to get canceled after 1 year, so no one cares.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Less than 1 year, maybe.
I guess you're right.
On NBC, where they need to do bigger numbers than, say, like Fox or CW, there's no way this will last more than its initial run. This is a disaster. I don't... Yeah. And it also spreads DC's TV offerings between 3 different channels now.
Yeah.
And there's I don't know what they're doing.
3. Not anymore, Jim.
It was 4, now it's 3 again. Yeah.
Nope.
Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. You're right. This is not going to last the show. I'd be shocked if it makes it. I'll watch the first episode. Check it out.
The premise is just the least interesting thing I can think of as in the superhero universe.
But if it's funny, it can pick it up. You know what I mean? It's a comedy. So
I know that, but
now,
still,
NBC has not had a good history of comedies except for one. So
we're spending so much time on this topic.
We are spending 1 minute. I've been tracking it. We are spending 1 minute. I'm counting.
That's more than it deserves.
1 minute.
More than it deserves.
Lord. And now it's
more
an extra 20 seconds because I'm arguing about the time we spent on it. I was ready to move on. Game of Thrones. They keep exploring options for spin-offs, and it's probable, more than likely, and I'm guessing, yes, we're going to get prequels.
I mean, does HBO like money? Does George R. R. Martin like money? Yes. Okay, it's happening.
Well, he's not making money off of his book because he's not fucking finishing it.
Well, that's because he's making TV shows, Jim. That's ridiculous.
Sorry. Yeah,
we know this.
I'm happy to see a prequel series based on the earlier
more
pages.
prequels.
I'm more happy to see the books, like you were saying, Jim. Yeah. But
No, but I am happy to hear that they would do a prequel. Like we can get some stuff from the Robert Baratheon when he's in his prime.
No, it'd be cool to see that.
Yeah.
That
So, that's kind of a cool bit of news.
dragons in their prime.
Let's get into what we've been up to. Actually,
Did you want to touch on any of the Star Wars news?
what was the Star Wars news?
Woody Harrelson's been cast.
Oh, Woody Harrelson was cast. I forgot to put it on here. I'm sorry. Thank you for saving that, because Woody Harrelson has been cast in the Han Solo movie. Han, however you want to say it, because they say it two ways in the movie.
They say it both ways in all the movies, it seems like.
Yeah.
So he's going to be in that movie as a sort of criminal, according to his words. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to go smuggler, bounty hunter, whatever. But
Yeah, I mean, I could see him being like a quote unquote mentor to like Han or something.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
He's going to be his Space Merle to Han's Star Killer.
Yep.
There you go.
Perfect. I don't know. It's kind of weird to hear like Woody Harrelson in a Star Wars movie. You know?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that headline also.
I mean, we also had Peter Dinklage cast for Infinity War, which I forgot to put on here.
Yeah, and no one knows who he's going to be, so everyone's assuming it's like some
MODOK.
small statured character like MODOK or
I think he would be good as MODOK.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the Star Wars. Is that the only bit of Star Wars news that I missed?
Well, there's a deleted scene that came out with Chewbacca ripping off that guy's arm.
I thought that was already out, though. Wasn't that already out?
It's trending now. I don't know.
I know it's trending.
The only other thing that I was going to mention was that Lucasfilm has no plans to digitally recreate Carrie Fisher's performance as Princess Leia.
You guys touched on that last
They're
week?
negotiating rights, I thought.
No.
They are negotiating, but they said that. But the latest that I saw was that they have no plans as of right now.
Also doesn't rule out the fact that they'll put recast the role.
There's no way they're going to do that.
There's no other Princess Leia.
I know, but
unless they make a prequel and then get some dumb shit to it.
There's already precedent out there to have like digitally recreated characters. They've done it already.
I know, and I'm
Yes, I know.
now people were like upset about that. Like I was not upset about characters getting recreated digitally. Like I thought they looked pretty good actually. So as long as her family gives the consent, I say they do it for episode 9.
No, I have to say I was wrong about that whole thing. Like I always thought that they owned the character. They could do whatever they want with the character. But
now they have
Back to the Future. They proved me wrong.
Yep.
People are also upset
What was
about
that guy, Crispin Glover?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. People were also upset about Tina Fey like looking like Princess Leia in SNL this week. For Felicity Jones she showed up on SNL and they had a sketch. Well, actually, the opening thing where she comes like holographic wearing the white thing. She's like, "No, I'm not a princess. I'm just wearing a scarf." But obviously, she was supposed to look like her, and some people didn't like that.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it's tragic. I didn't get to give my opinions on that. There's no opinions. It's tragic. It's just it sucks. I mean,
yeah.
I hope that I don't know. I hope I hope they can use her in episode 9 because they have a lot of story left. They said, and her biggest part of her story is in episode 9. So the movies will take a hit.
I don't want them to kill her off, like for some reason. Like
I'm done, and I had this conversation actually, talking about what I've watched. I watched The Force Awakens again on the cruise, and I had that conversation with my roommate Zach. How like I've completely lost what point I'm getting to. My mind is wandering. Where am I going with this?
Princess Leia and
You're
her
still on the
story
cruise.
And all right, it's gone.
It's gone?
What else did you do, Jim? What have you been up to?
Wow.
Watch The Force Awakens.
I have to go to work tomorrow for the first time in a month. Anyways, what else was I on? On the boat, I watched, unfortunately, I watched Jason Bourne.
My worst movie of the year.
Yeah, you know what, Corey, after rewatching it again, like, I didn't want to give the story and the movie away to my friends that went with me on the cruise, but they wanted to watch it. So I was like, well, we were running late, and I'm like, guys, if we're 20 minutes late, that's the best hint I gave them. I'm like, it's really not going to matter. So, we sat down and watched it, and I watched that thing, and I'm like, man, this movie sucks. Like, I liked it, I thought, in the theaters, but I think it was more of the nostalgia kept with me. When I watched it again, I'm like, I can't even watch this movie now. It's so boring. I was on my phone. Like, they're watching it. I'm just, like, on my phone. I had at least the social stuff, so I was looking at Twitter and stuff like that. So, but man, God, terrible movie.
And nothing matters. Nothing happens.
No.
Nothing matters
Nope.
in that movie.
Nope. And they don't explain things properly. They just, like, throw people in. It's just, it's bad.
What movie is this?
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Oh, I didn't hear the Jason Bourne. I thought we were talking about Force Awakens. It's like, well, I mean, I didn't enjoy it as much on a rewatch recently, but I was like, I want to go this far.
Well, they had. I was trying to get them to go see Rogue One with me because we had an IMAX theater on the ship, so that would have been cool to see. But it was like $13, and I heard he'd seen it twice. So
you had to pay to see it on your fucking.
it's an
theater?
IMAX. It's an actual movie
On your
theater.
ship?
Yeah, it was a real legitimate IMAX theater. So, but I didn't get to see anything like that, and like I said, I was on the boat, so. That was
so much to do on a boat.
Yeah, not TV related on a boat. So that's about it for me, really. I got back and haven't really watched anything. I've basically been sleeping. It's amazing what travel.
Vacations wear you out, man.
Yeah.
They really, like, you got to recover from a vacation.
You need a vacation for your vacation.
Yeah.
Corey, you're frozen for me.
Yeah, I'm frozen for me too.
All right, well, everybody gets the shot of Corey just staring blankly there.
I can't even see him anymore. He's a squiggle.
Oh, is he? There he goes.
Oh,
Okay.
there he goes.
All right. Hopefully you come back up. There we are.
I mean, I already cut out, right?
What else did I watch? I don't know. You guys can go on. If I remember something else, I'll bring it up. But Mike, what have you been watching?
Well, I did get a chance to watch Agents of Shield.
Good return.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Did anyone else see it?
Yeah, I was going to say. Anybody
I
else
didn't get to
watch
see
it?
yet.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to see it. Tim, my brother watched it. I just haven't seen it yet myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's back first now because there's no Agent Carter. We normally would have had to wait till like late March for this.
Yeah.
So, and now it's the first show back, which is funny.
Yeah.
So who knows when they're going to finish up this season? It could be early, but
It'll take a long break, Mike, at like February. It'll take another like 4 weeks off.
yeah,
Yeah,
there'll be like
something
2 or 3 episodes, and then it'll be like goodbye for a month.
Yeah.
But things happen. They sort of make what's going on seem a little less cliche. And there's, well, I mean, we're just getting the beginning of this, but it was all right, I guess.
It's just starting a new story.
It just-
Yeah.
It's like an Ultron like thing. Because I mean, it just seems like they're
That's what
going
it
down
seems
that
like to me.
path.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Huh.
You have to wait till the end of this episode. Things
watched-
might not be
that's
what
what we
they
did.
seem.
Zach hadn't seen Civil War yet, so we watched Civil War. That's
What?
fantastic. Yeah. That's a fantastic movie watching it again. That holds up perfectly. Like, just seeing it now the third, fourth
I
time
think
for me.
3 of us had it as our movie of the year. But
I still will stand by my movie.
I know. I'm just saying. Yes, we agree. That is a fantastic film.
It is.
Yeah, you don't have to convince us, asshole.
Anyways, go on, Mike. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all right. I watched
warned
two-ish
us. You were gonna-
two-ish more episodes of Clone Wars, but I'm still in the first season. Something with Jar Jar in it, although the episode itself
You
wasn't
just gotta
too
get
bad.
through season 1. Like, really, just you can skip things, Mike. You can.
You
I mean,
probably could skip season 1, actually.
yeah.
I know you guys keep telling me that, but like, that's not.
I have to get back into. I do want to get back into Rebels, because I saw some stuff from the second half of this season, and it looks fucking awesome.
Mm.
So
Usually the end of the season is awesome.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And what else did I watch? Like I said, I mentioned Felicity Jones was on SNL, and it was a really bad episode, and she wasn't so great. She seemed pretty nervous. But that's neither here nor there. So, but that's all I've watched.
Tony,
Nothing movie or TV show related. A lot of awesome games done quick in the past week, but it's over now, so.
Oh, there's a really good post on Reddit that had like the guy listed all these different ones by category. Like, these are ones with great commentary. These are ones like of really tough games, and like it was pretty interesting. I'll post it in the Slack chat.
Mm. Oh, I see someone shared this news that I just saw on Facebook.
I'm reading it right now. This quote is terrible. Oh,
Well, as for me,
discombobulated.
I watched the Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like the premise of the movie is really great. I think Russell Crowe is awesome in it. But Ryan Gosling's character is so unlikable.
I don't like Ryan Gosling. I just don't like
that
him.
Could be it too.
Yeah.
It's just like he's supposed to be this private eye, and you think that he would be like Michael Scott, like just be the worst guy, but actually be able to do his job well. You know, like Michael Scott's actually a good salesman when it comes to it, but this guy just basically does things all by accident. Nothing is because of his detective ability. It's so like annoying. Like they put these like story beats in that you think are going to pay off later, and then they never do. So it was just a weird way for the movie to go, but it's got Keith David in it as well, and he was awesome in that movie.
Captain Anderson.
He's always awesome. So cool. It was interesting. It was a Shane Black film. He did the couple of Robert Downey Jr. movies, like Iron Man 3 and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yep.
But it didn't take place during Christmas, so I guess that's not something that he always does.
So it's not a Christmas movie then?
No. But I think that's pretty much the only thing of note. I mean,
I saw Magnificent Seven. I forgot to mention.
Oh, okay.
So
I wanted to ask you about the ending. Like, does it feel weird? Like it just ends?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit like they had this great plan, grand story, and then it kind of was like, oh shit, we gotta end. It's like the guy's like, let's go.
Yep. Maybe we're like, wait, where did our money go?
No, yeah,
shit. Okay.
I mean, it was good. I liked it. I just felt like the ending was kind of like abrupt and
then like, where's our money?
Yeah. So
it's so weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. All right, I think that's gonna wrap up the movie cast. Anybody else got something? We have the Wonder Woman news that just got leaked. About
breaking news.
Breaking news coming from
someone who I swear must not be paid by Disney.
An insider. What?
Yeah.
Are you really going to call this person out? Like, are you really going to say conspiracy?
How is every single
like, how do you
DC movie before it comes out,
Mike,
you don't find it the least bit suspicious that
bad.
Every single movie before it comes out in a way that would affect the opening weekend, someone comes out, oh, this movie is awful. Every single one. You don't find that suspicious?
No, because all of them have been awful.
Guys, you don't find it weird that just before a movie launches, people review it and they give their fucking opinion?
This isn't a review. This is an inside source again.
This is fine. The movie's a month away, isn't it? Isn't it mid-February?
Not a review. Read it. It's not a review.
It was February, March. It's June?
It's June.
It's June.
It's like 5 months away.
This is like 5 months away.
June, dude.
What is this? People aren't even going to remember this leak. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous.
They are. They're already pointing to it.
I swear.
All right, what is the story? What is this?
Leave DC alone!
Okay. So, according to Sasha Perlraver, who is a host at Schmoes No show, basically an inside info has seen the movie, or at least a decent chunk of the movie, and claims that it's discombobulated and not a great movie. The trailers have led fans to believe it might be. So
he's seen part of the movie, and it's discombobulated.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's what I'm saying. Take it with a grain of salt. But I can tell you that the track record has not been good for these movies. I can tell you that when your own actor, Ben Affleck, I believe, quoted saying that the DCEU, the DC movie universe, will get rebooted with Justice League, he doesn't have much faith in this movie either if he's already talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff from Ben Affleck was kind of damning, too. I was like, oh, God.
The guy is so non-committal to directing Batman. I think he knows that this is it's a train wreck and he should get the fuck off before it wrecks. It's just on its way. It's speeding down the tracks. He's like, right now we're only going 60 miles an hour. If I jump out of this train, I might survive. But if I'm on this thing when we're going 100 and I try to do that, I'm a dead man. That's what he's going through his head right now. And I'm siding with Ben Affleck. Oh my God.
I saw him on Jimmy Kimmel, actually, I think Friday or something. And he said, yes, he's directing it, but they just put a script together now. And he says, he did that Fly By Night movie, which apparently bombed hard. We didn't talk about the box office, by the way.
Night.
Oh, shit. I forgot the box office.
Yes, that bombed really hard, but he made that himself because he wanted to make a 20s gangster movie. He's like, no one was asking for that, but everyone's like, oh, Batman. He's like, yeah, it's coming, but things have to put together.
Somebody asked him that in an interview.
Yeah.
But yeah, his other movie really bombed hard, so he's gonna want to stick around for some sure money, even if it's not good.
I don't think Ben Affleck is really hurting for money.
I know, but you don't want to like just.
I think that he probably is just like looking at how things were put together, and it's like, man, I could have just done so much better.
Yeah.
I think
that continues this.
I honestly think that's his attitude right now. It's like
he's going to waste years of his life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be at least another Justice League movie, 1 or 2 Batman movies. That's like you're looking at 10 years right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For
I don't think he wants to waste 10 years of his life anymore.
He's hoping for mediocre. Like Mike, you can't even say like Batman versus Superman. If you're going to say it's not a bad movie, you have to say it's a mediocre movie. You can't say it's good. Okay.
No, for sure.
So you're going to waste 10 years of your life for mediocre?
For that money, yeah.
Because they're not getting.
To be Batman, yeah.
Well, we know.
Like even, yeah.
Not to mention
Like,
people
even
already like
even
him as
I,
Batman.
who hate Ben Affleck,
I'm a little less
will
high
give
on
him
him
more
as
credit.
Batman
What?
than other people are. But
I'm
like,
high.
listen.
most people seem to really like him as Batman.
Listen.
Even though
Wait.
the movies were.
Like, I hate Ben Affleck. I think he's a terrible actor. Okay, just let me go. Let me talk
We
about
know.
this. I hate him, but even I understand the fact that he's he's a fucking terrible actor. Tony's laughing. Anyways, so
Of course, laughing.
even I will admit right now, right to everybody listening, that I understand that he's a big comic book fan. He loves superhero stories. He is dedicated to those roles. So, like, he's wishy-washy on this because he knows it's not good and he's not doing the character justice. It's not. I'm not saying it. No pun intended.
I don't think he's
but it's not.
No, I think he just wants a good script before he starts directing. That's all.
Yeah, he doesn't like. He's not gonna just do whatever.
That's what I'm saying. He's
does,
not.
like-
He's not doing this though for the paycheck, Mike. Is what I'm trying to say. He's not.
I know.
That's what
But
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to.
like
it's a
when you're talking
passion
about
project.
investing
Yeah.
10 years
passion.
or something, it's a little easier. Just like, you talk about those professional athletes. Do they take the higher contract or not? They have all this money. Who cares? They normally take the higher contract, even with all the money.
Yeah,
They're
but
not
most
hurting for
athletes have
money.
like a short lifespan. Ben Affleck has had a career. I guarantee you, that dude is not hurting for money.
No, he's not, and he's not doing this. For
There
the
are
money.
people that have made bad investments though, but he's not one of them. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like Nicolas Cage is not good with money.
I would say Wesley Snipes.
Worse with money.
Not very good with money either.
He's bad at being like discreet about it.
But like,
Got caught.
so like, can you guys even like in faith go see Wonder Woman at this point? Like, really?
I'm gonna hold.
I'm
off.
not.
This is not a.
I'm
This is not a. This is not an opening night.
First of
movie
all,
for
I
me.
don't care about the character as much, so I wouldn't.
That's sexist.
Go-
That's sexist, Corey.
character.
Sexist.
Yeah, I know. Yes, we all don't care that much.
I
It's
had
sexist
to say it. We give
because-
Mike shit for it. I had to
Yeah.
say it.
But
I mean, listen, people.
You people.
No,
What do you
people.
What does
mean,
that
you
mean?
people?
People. I mean, this may be controversy or news to people. People identify with people more like them than unlike them. I know it's shocking. So, this movie, though, I mean, this is the big deal where DC has its only advantage over Marvel, perhaps, the female demographic of finally the prototypical female superhero. So that's why a lot is riding on this movie. And if it does bad, then maybe more people will care about Captain Marvel. That was not even an intentional mistake. That was a real one.
So wait.
So-
who are people going to relate with when Wonder Woman is supposedly made of clay and lives on an island filled
No
with...
one cares about that. It's
But
still a
you
female
what was your point
superhero.
of relating? Just because they have the same genitalia?
Well, that's all it takes normally. Yes. Wonder Woman. She's the prototypical female superhero. Because she has a Greek backstory, that means
I mean, I would agree with Mike here,
What
where
are you
like people
talking
relate to
about?
Harley Quinn, but please, relationship problems, hashtag whatever that is, relationship goals and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you guys
People
relate
relate to
to
the
Spider-Man.
weirdest
Did you
shit.
guys get bit by radioactive spiders? What kind of nonsense is that?
I never said that.
The best kind of nonsense.
right? We're just saying. I think Mike's just saying that being made out of clay does not
No, I
have anything to
Shit.
do.
But no, it's a lot is riding on this. This could be
What?
really big.
And unfortunately,
female-led
it's the
superhero
industry.
movie. Although
female-
Suicide Squad kind of was too, and that's why that did better than I thought, because the female demographic loves Harley Quinn.
Yeah, absolutely. I would actually
this is
put
the advantage.
I would put
that
Harley
DC
Quinn as the
has.
number one female for DC. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, she is. She's like got their third best-selling comic book.
Yeah, and she's getting her own movie that's going to happen, or at least a
Well, she is. I mean, I think they're doing that.
Birds of Prey. Aren't they doing that?
No, it's called. I think it's Gotham something.
Oh.
It's gonna be Catwoman, Ivy,
Well,
and
it's like their
Siren
Birds
or
of
something like that.
Prey kind of thing. So,
But like, all right. So what if this movie does bad though? What if it does?
well
if it's
then,
bad?
but Tony,
What
no,
does it mean?
Tony,
What does
no,
it
it just
mean?
proves everyone right, Tony.
No,
that
it-
But what does
you
bad
don't
mean?
let characters do
Because
shit in.
The only way this can
What
do
does
bad,
bad mean?
This is the only way this can do bad, Tony. Is there's a plot from Disney to block the fact that this movie could do well. Mike, do you hear how ridiculous that sounds?
How ridiculous that sounds. You don't find it suspicious that before every one of these movies, an insider comes out and says, oh, these movies are horrible disasters. How many other movies get that treatment? How many other movies, good or bad, either way, how many other movies get that treatment? And what's common with them? Tell me that.
Well, I can't on the spot. I can come up with movies that have leaks for saying this movie is a disaster and it's not DC related. That's happened a lot.
How? Really?
Yeah.
When? Who? Tell me.
I can't come up with one now. We'll have dead air, but I'll come up with one for next week.
I
How
just
about that?
find it suspicious, but that's not even the point.
What'd you just
Anyway, what do you mean by does badly? Is it critically panned like all these movies are, or
Both.
is it like a bomb? Because these previous movies did good enough,
Both.
and actually Suicide Squad did better. So, do you really think there is a chance that Wonder Woman would be a financial flop? Is the real question here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You think
What
so?
is a financial flop though? Like 150?
Like they can't make their money back.
Well, the marketing
Oh,
hasn't
no,
been
I
extremely
didn't-
strong, but I don't think making your money back is a mark of
Right, it's
success.
not-
Necessarily.
It's potential
I mean,
earnings because again,
We have used that though, and we have used that in terms of sales.
Because
like,
again, I'm going to reference an old argument we made years ago when Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. I said Sony's fucking done with the franchise because they're not making the money that they need to be making to warrant like the production budget of it. And lo and behold,
would you call
they're not making Amazing Spider-Man anymore.
Mike, would you call Transformers 2 that movie a flop? Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know. Because I didn't watch. Or did I watch that?
You
I did
watched
watch
that one. You hated on that with all of us, except for I know Tony, that's your passion. Whatever. I'm not using that as.
No,
I'm using that as a perfect
defend the
example
second one.
because
It was the third
it
one.
made bank like crazy, and that's the point
So,
of those
yeah.
movies.
So,
So
no,
it's,
yeah.
so
that-
it's not a
that's
flop,
not a flop.
but it.
No. It's not a flop then.
It's a flop. It was not a good movie.
That
Critically,
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's not
it's
a
a
flop.
critical
That's-
flop.
They're still making Transformers movies. That's
Yes,
what the question
yes,
you're bringing.
they
here.
are, but
should
that
they
doesn't-
continue to make? You want to say if Wonder Woman does bad, they should just scrap everything.
Yes.
I'm saying it's
Start
unlikely
the
to happen
fuck
because
over.
it's still going to be good enough financially.
They're not gonna listen. They're behind their franchises compared to Marvel.
What gives you any faith, Jim, that DC is gonna do anything right with this series at this point? Like,
I don't have any faith.
I thought Batman v Superman was fine.
I
like
thought it was
Suicide
fine.
Squad.
I didn't.
There
like,
are
I thought,
aspects of these movies that I like, and I don't
Yeah.
want to have to wait another 10
But, like,
years.
that's
for
what I
them
mean,
to,
like,
I'm
Why do you
to see-
think that they would stop what they're doing right now? Because a couple people are upset about it. The
No,
majority
not
of the
a
people that are
couple.
going to see.
dude, it
No,
didn't even. Batman v Superman didn't even do $1 billion.
I know.
$1 billion.
I understand, but
Batman
they're not
was
gonna
the
do
last
Superman.
movie that did $1 billion.
they're-
Rogue
I
One.
don't see them
Superhero
stopping anytime
Rogue One is
soon.
going to do a
They're
billion.
gonna make. They're
That's
going
Civil
to
War
the
get there?
Flash movie. They're making Justice League movie,
Yes,
and they're making the Aquaman movie. Like all these things are already going to happen. I don't see them not making these movies at this point.
Well, I mean, they put too much into it.
I'm not saying they're going to be good. I'm
But
just
they're
saying
making
that
enough money to
Wonder
continue.
Woman is not going to stop these movies from being made.
I'm not saying that.
I'm
But
not saying you
like,
are. Jim is.
There's almost no way.
One-
And so you
$1.132 billion Civil War, Mike.
okay?
Dawn of Justice did 872.
Mhm.
Their big movie with their two biggest heroes that exist in DC did not get $1 billion.
Yeah, it's their second movie compared to like their 13th on the other side.
Avengers opened up At over $1 billion. That did over $1
Yeah.
billion. So I'm
That
just
was
saying.
their that was built for like 5 years. at
Okay,
that point.
so because Marvel had a plan and
They
built their
gotta make more.
franchises, like I just said,
So
this is why
what's
DC
your
is
point?
gonna...
Wait, Jim, your whole point is
Why
like
do you need to compare them to? Forget Marvel exists for a second.
I
DC's
can't.
making
No,
making
you
their
can't
own
do that.
movies,
You
and they're
cannot
making enough
forget-
money.
Like, Marvel does exist. That's the point. They have their shit together with their franchises. They have a good quality control system that's actually better than Star Wars. It's actually... They have a better quality control. They have a great... Tons
they're
of
good at-
projects going on that
Yeah,
is...
and lying about how they're related to each other too.
Okay, I'm not saying that's not a problem, Mike. I'm just saying that their shit is far together than DC Universe, which has
Yes, but
an
that's not
actor
the point.
who's playing their biggest hero who doesn't know if he actually wants to be the director or the writer or the hero even.
I think you're wrong on that at all points, but like why would he sounds like he wants to be doing this, but he just doesn't have the script that he wants to make it. He's not going to make a terrible movie.
I understand
But this has to go in production soon, dude.
yeah, and
I
that's
know.
Like, it's
the
not like they have the
June.
time to just fucking dick
look,
around.
Like we have seen a lot of very good. One of the earliest successful comic book movies is Batman. Like we have seen good Batman stories over times where there are shit superhero movies. Like the formula is there; they can even rip off. Like you can start taking some other ideas from other good comic book movies now. There's enough out there. Like if you can't get a good story for Batman, there's a problem. That's my point.
There's been a lot of Batman stories that the public has already seen, though, at this point.
You wouldn't go see Batman versus Joker again. Like some movie based on that. We all would. It's
They would,
simple.
but not this Joker.
We'd still go see it, Mike. We'd still go see it.
I'd see. Of course, I'd go see
Exactly.
it. but
Like
I wanted to
it's
see
not
that.
Hell,
hard.
I fucking
that I
saw
knew I was gonna
freaking
hate.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. I'll go see anything Batman's
There
in.
are so many good Batman stories that you can just take from that would translate to the movies because he's a character. He's a character that is proven to be easy. Not I don't want to say easy as.
Jim, you're like everything you're saying is like contradicting yourself though, because like obviously Batman v Superman you didn't like that much.
Because
like,
I'm saying that DC.
So you're telling them this dome on screen and people go see it. They're
No.
like, but this is so bad. People aren't going to see it. Like,
Right.
yes,
That's just
I did
speaking of
that.
how
I'm
terrible
saying-
that movie was.
My entire point is talking about the disjointed, discombobulated, unorganized crap we're getting from the studio. Not from. I'm not. That's what I'm talking about. Like, there's no direction. Like, they would do well to wipe the slate clean and start from scratch.
But would they really do well with all the money they put in, and then we'd have to recast everybody? And
I'm
wait,
sorry
like,
that their
5, 10
investment
years.
did not plan out. That you know that
It
happened.
did though. They're making
I
money.
mean, the best thing that they could
They're
do
not
is
making
do
Marvel
a
money.
reboot,
You're
right?
right. By like
Yeah,
by
just
like
reboot
$20 million,
everybody.
they're not making
No.
Marvel money.
200 million, but that's whatever. 20 million, close enough.
The percentage, it's the same.
No, it's not actually.
Well, anyway, it's like what we say, 10% difference.
I just don't think that
It's
Wonder Woman's gonna affect any
30%,
of this.
20% difference actually. I don't know. Let's wrap it up. Go on to our of the year podcast. All right, that's gonna wrap up episode 327 of the Moviecast. I want to hear from you, listeners and viewers, what you think. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. We didn't know we were getting into this, so I was trying to hold this one to 30 minutes, see what happens. Anyways, write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter at allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have videos on there. And tune in next week and tune into the Gamescast and upcoming bonus round for the Nintendo Switch.